Hey there, Mark Shelton with Pro Hanger Supply. Today we're going to show you how to take your CB56 motor drive conversion kit and how to install it on your CB56. The CB56 that we are using for demonstration is the newest model with the folding legs, the adjustable booking table. But those are new features that are on the newest models, but the actual pace box and the gearing system and the internal works of the CB56 has not changed since its inception. So this conversion kit will work on any CB56 model, no matter how old it is. We have the parts here that will be included when you buy the conversion kit, and we're going to walk you through the steps of how to disassemble your existing CB56 and install these parts so that it'll work. In your conversion kit, you will get your motor drive that comes pre-assembled with your gear, your capacitor, your on-off toggle switch, and your wiring already assembled. So that will come pre-assembled. Your lid will come already pre-assembled with all the parts for the drive roller, the gearing system that attaches to your existing gearing system on your CB56. So that will already come pre-assembled. You also have your motor mount. You have your secondary mount that attaches to the motor that also attaches to the motor mount. You have your extension for your counter. This is necessary to bridge the extra distance across the paste well. And then you have your extended locking mechanism that locks the lid. The only thing that does not come with the conversion kit is the counter, since many people will be buying this kit for machines that they already own, and they already own a counter, but a counter can be added to the conversion kit if you need one. Okay, so we have removed our booking table, and we're going to go ahead and from this point, just to make the installation of the conversion kit a little easier, we're going to go ahead and remove our gearbox. Also, we are going to take off the drive roller and the lid. So you have on either side here and on the other side, you have thumb screws that attach the lid. We're going to go ahead and remove that. Now that you've removed your lid from your CB56 that has your existing drive roller on it, we're going to go ahead and disassemble this drive roller so that we can add our conversion kit's parts to it. That'll be your first step. Starting with the side opposite of your gear. Take a crescent wrench, an adjustable wrench, and remove the brass nut by turning it counterclockwise. Set that to the side, save it. Now we're going to remove our gear from your existing CB56 drive roller. This is reverse threaded, so to loosen it, you're actually going to turn it clockwise. Notice that on each end of your connection where your drive roller connects to your lid, there are orange spacers in between this washer and the metal frame. These spacers, that space will be taken up by the parts of your conversion kit, so they will not be used in your reassembly. You can set them to the side and hold on to them if you ever want to take the conversion kit off of your CB56. They will be necessary to add that spacing, but they will not be used in the reassembly of your motorized conversion kit. Okay, so your next step after you've removed your lid from your CB56 and disassembled your drive roller, you're going to go ahead and prep your conversion kit lid to be attached to your existing lid. So you've already got the hardware for the attachment right here and the mounting holes to be able to mount this to your existing lid. So we're going to go ahead and you'll need a small crescent wrench and a flathead screwdriver, and we'll go ahead and take this hardware off to prepare to mount it to the lid. Now that you've prepped your lid on your conversion kit to adapt to the lid of your CB56, last step to get ready to make that connection is go ahead and remove the brass nut and your hardware on the other side of your lid. Set that to the side. You will need it again. You can dispose of the spacer or hang on to it if you ever want to reverse the conversion, but it will not be needed in the reassembly. Your next step is going to be to take the conversion kit lid and attach it to your existing CB56 lid. We've already disassembled the hardware that makes the attachment, so now you just line up the holes on your conversion kit lid with the holes on your lid. You want to make sure that the side walls of your conversion kit lid are on the inside of the lid of your CB56 lid. Line them up so that the holes line up, and then use your hardware that you just removed and reassemble it through the attachment holes. Now that we have our conversion kit lid assembled to our CB56 lid and we're ready to attach it back to the paste box, before we do that, we want to go ahead and reattach our drive roller. So we're going to start off by reinserting our bushings, part E320 and E321, through the opening where those two lids are connecting. Now to do this, you may need to loosen up your connections that you just made between your lids. If those are tight, the holes that this threaded end has to slide through may not align. So you may need to loosen this connection, get your bushing pushed through, and then reattach your brass nuts on either end. Again, lining up these holes are going to be imperative to making that connection, and to do so, loosen up your ends. You'll also note that the orange spacer that was originally present at the end of your drive roller, we have now removed to allow the space, the extra space that is taken up joining these two lids together. So make those connections, tighten them up with your crescent wrench, and then we're going to be ready to insert our drive roller. Now that we have our bushings attached to our lid, we're ready to go ahead and insert our drive roller. So take your shaft in on the side of your motor mount. You're going to go ahead and just insert that into your bushing. On your opposite end, line this up. Remember that your threads here are reverse threaded, so to tighten the gear, you're actually going to turn this counterclockwise and tighten it down hand tight. Our next step is going to be to attach the locking mechanism onto the motor mount. Simply unscrew the nut on the hardware that's provided in the washer. Insert the bolt with this facing forward into the pre-drilled hole, and then reconnect it using the hardware. Now that your locking mechanism is attached to your motor mount, you're ready to go ahead and attach your motor mount to the paste box of your CB56. You'll note that your paste box is pre-drilled with holes to receive the motor mount. It comes that way from the factory. Simply remove the thumb screws from the motor mount, line the bolts up with the factory drilled holes, and insert them. From the back side of the paste box, simply take your thumb screws and tighten all four back into position. We're ready to reattach our lid now. Take your lid, lining up the holes on either side, placing the brackets on the outside of the paste box, line them up, drop them into place, and then reattach them using thumb screws on either side, tightening to hand tight. To avoid damage to your gear during shipping, the gear will ship not attached to your motor drive. To attach the gear, simply line up the tightening screw rather, to the grooved section of the motor drive and just tap it into place. roughly 1/4 of an inch of the shaft showing once you've put it into position. Then tighten the screw onto the shaft to hold the gear into position. We're ready to go ahead and mount our motor now. Our motor mount's already been attached to the pace well. With our lid open, we're going to go ahead and take the motor that already has the mounting bracket attached to it and drop it into place. You have 2 bolts on the motor mount that line up, and you also have a little safety nubs here that line up as well onto this bracket so that it does not slide or shift while in use. Drop that into place and screw the bolts in. All right, we're in the home stretch now. We've got everything assembled. We've got our motor and our motor mount mounted onto our CB56 along with our lid assembly. We're set to go. We just need to put our gearbox back into place so that everything can function. It is the gearbox that enables this whole system to work. The fact that this machine is externally geared allows this machine to be able to attach this motor drive unlike anything else on the market. So we simply screw our gearbox back into place, and now we can shut our lid. Now that we've added our motor, it's attached to our pace box, we're ready to go ahead and close this lid. Our gears now line up with our motor in place. As we drop that lid, the locking mechanism activates automatically. We're going to go ahead and show you how to attach your extension onto your counter, and we're going to be ready to go to work. With your mounting hardware removed from the bracket, take your MZ56i counter, line it up with the built-in bracket on the bracket, adjust your hinge, line your holes up, and reinsert and tighten your mounting hardware. With your bracket attached to your counter, you're ready to take your thumb screw, your brass thumb screw, loosen it up, attach it to the back of your pace well, where your counter now rests on top of your conversion kit drive motor lid. Tighten the thumb screw, and your assembly is complete. Okay, so you are set. Step-by-step process. It's fairly simple. Only a few tools needed. About a 30-minute process to break it down, put it back together, and you are in business with a motor drive that will process 90 linear feet per minute with a flip of switch. Now your drive roller that you have attached is going to feed that material to you as you pull it through, and you are set to go. If you have any questions, feel free to call us 601-460-9011, or you can reach us at www.prohangersupply.com. Thank you.